On the phone right now, if you watched American Idol, the Season 9 premiere in Boston, this girl here was the first person they showed at the auditions. Janet McNamara, also known as the McNidol. How are you doing, Janet?
Good. How are you? It's actually the Magna Idol.
Oh, Magna Idol?
Yes.
See, I'm not that good with words, am I?
Nah.
So for everyone, just to recap, last night, you were the one that went on there. You have been playing the American Idol karaoke game. You score high points. You've built up your self-esteem. You get out there to Gillette Stadium. Now you're auditioning for the judges. What was that like, first off?
It was nerve-wracking, you know? Like, the first audition I did in front of, like, probably 40 people that were right behind me, and everybody was, like, cheering me on. I was, like, the only person that really got through to see the judges and stuff.
All right, so you get in front of the judges, and you sing Natasha Bedingfield, Pocket Full of Sunshine. Let's take a listen to that right now.
All righty.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love that you know that it's on mine now. Do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me. Take me away, that secret place, that's a great place. Take me away, the hiding place, the hiding place.
And then when you're done, Simon says, "Is the window open?" What was that all about? What did he mean by that?
I don't know. I feel like he is suicidal. I don't know. I think he needs professional help.
Now, you know, some people get nervous before they sing in front of judges. You see these cameras out there, and that does affect their voice. You know, do you think that's what happened to you?
No, I think I look back and I think I sounded fine. So it is what it is.
Now, do you think it hurt you that you thought Cara was Paula?
Yeah, I shouldn't have insulted 2 out of 4 of the judges before I sang.
Yep.
That was probably a bad move. That wasn't the best thing I've ever done.
Now, they also showed you not only playing the game, but they show you, like, jumping around. They're out there saying, you know, oh, I'm friggin' awesome, and I'm going to do this, let's do this, blah, 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 blah. Do they tell you to do some of that stuff, or was that really you doing that on your own?
I did the jumping around thing on the initial interview, and they asked me how I got the energy. And then I said, like, you know, before I go to a job interview, or, like, and in high school I used to do the same thing before I had a soccer game or something.
Yeah.
And then they called me back and said, like, show us your routine.
So do you think they tell the judges any of that stuff about you ahead of time? Like, they try to set you up?
Oh, absolutely. They have, like, a sheet of paper. Like, on my audition, Simon said, you know, it says here that you play the American Idol video game. I think they have a small bio.
I must say, you have quite the potty mouth as well. There was lots of the American Idol logos placed over your mouth last night.
Yeah, I know. I tried really hard not to swear. I even told the producer I wasn't going to flip out, because they kind of say, like, before-wise, they're like, say whatever you want, just let it out. And I didn't want to, but I did.
Again, on the phone, Janet McNamara. She was on American Idol Boston. She was the first one to perform last night on the show. I was reading some of the chat boards today. They were commenting on your choice of clothing. They thought your shirt was a little too small. What do you say about that?
There was a girl who came with me, and I told her, in order to convince her to come with me, I said, go to Salvation Army and pick out whatever you want, and I'll wear it.
Were you like, oh my God, this is like maybe a little small, or, you know, I don't know if I want to wear this?
Yeah, but to be honest with you, like, if I make a deal, I go through it, and if I do something, I go all out.
Can I tell you something? My 8-year-old daughter was watching the show with me last night, and at one point when you're jumping around, she looks up from doing her little 8-year-old homework and says, "Is that girl wearing a bra?" So now we know it wasn't even your shirt, so it was obviously the wrong shirt, and you probably weren't thinking about that, and you're hopping up and down like the Easter Bunny having a good time.
That's great.
So have you Googled yourself yet to see what people were saying?
Yeah, I did a little bit of Googling last night, and my brother emailed some comments of me, and some people thought I was, like, I don't know.
How hard is it reading all that negative feedback online? I mean, you're just a girl out there trying to get on American Idol. You know, one minute you're just working as an accountant, the next minute you've got people at MTV and MSN, and they're just butchering you up.
Like, honestly, I did put it on myself. It's one of those things that you can't change what already happened, so I'm just not going to let things bother me.
So what is in the future? You're an accountant now. Are you going to give up on singing? Are you going to keep trying to push out a record here, or what?
No. I figure people won't know who I am in a week.
Yeah.
So I'm done with Hollywood.
So you would never audition again after watching last night?
They'd have to pay me.
What would that be worth?
$20,000. But they're not going to pay me because that's the whole point of the show.
Hey, I have a question. In the beginning when you were doing like your little interview there, you kind of knocked over something. What was that?
The lighting thing, I actually did that like 6 times during the interview because I kept getting like really hyper.
Did you burn yourself at all or anything?
No. The light was like hot. I thought I was going to get a sunburn.
So is your friend okay? Because at the end when you were talking to Ryan, you kind of walked away and kind of smacked your friend in the head. Is she all right?
Yeah, she's fine. She wasn't a happy camper, but she's fine.
Who was your biggest source of encouragement for wanting to audition for the show? I mean, obviously you've had to sing in front of people before. Were there people actually telling you were great at this and you should really go do this? And looking back, do you feel like they may have been messing with you and you maybe weren't that good, or do you still believe in yourself?
Well, like, my grandmother and my mom were like, you know, you're great, like, you're going to do awesome. Like, my brother kept telling me I was going to be a reject because he's kind of a jerk. And then it was one of those, like, told you so kind of moments.
Do you have a boyfriend right now?
No.
Do you think
I'm single.
Guys, this could be your chance at jumping in on some celebrity, right?
I'm sure after seeing that video, men are going to be flocking towards me.
Was there anything that happened on the show or during your audition process that we didn't see last night that you wish we would have?
No. There's things that I wish they didn't show.
Like what?
But probably my stomach.
Oh, that bothered
But,
you?
Whatever. You know, it is what it is. You know, you can't change what already happened, and you got to go with it.
So you're going to go
And
back
then-
to the American Idol video game now and keep playing?
Actually, I've only played it once since the audition.
So
And
what's
that's the last
next?
time I played them.
You're going to go to like Rock Band now or The Sims, or just give up that game all completely, or what?
Rock Band I'm pretty good at. The Sims, I'm not that big of a video geek.
So what's up
You know?
next for you? Any kind of Maxim photo shoots, Playboy, anything like that?
No, definitely no Maxima Playboy in my future.
Well, Janet, thank you so much for taking the time to call. I know you've kind of been in hiding here today. Hope you enjoyed your 15 minutes of fame. It's almost over. Don't worry. You can go back to being normal now.